truly, in the event that shame and embarrassment were an individual, it would most likely be Matthew Knowles. What's more, I have an inclination he is the justification for why Beyoncé maintains that nothing should do with her half-kin. In any case, might it at some point at long last be the ideal opportunity for Beyoncé to recognize that her half-kin exist and how they are enduring without her and that they are not to fault for their dad's disloyalty? Supposedly, Beyoncé's half-kin, Nixon, has been inquiring as to why Beyoncé doesn't cherish him, or is this pretty much the mother attempting to pursue clout? How about we get into it? It's a tad of origin story. Matthew Knowles and the mother to Beyoncé's relative, Alexandra Wright, first ran into each other in 2007 in Seattle, Washington, while dealing with a business for Beyoncé. Not long after they started their undertaking, while Matthew was as yet hitched to Tina. Yet, Alexandra said that she didn't feel regretful about taking part in an extramarital entanglements with Matthew in light of the fact that the marriage was at that point broken. Then she got pregnant, and when individuals were finding out about the youngster, Alexandra was spilling about how Matthew was declining to pay kid support. It really arrived where Alexandra and her child Nixon needed to reside in a destitute safe house since she in a real sense couldn't bear the cost of anything. There was likewise when Alexandra was getting a lot of kickback since individuals said she faulted Beyoncé for her hopeless life. In any case, she made obviously she has never accused Beyoncé. I moved past 1,000 demise dangers last week alone. Furthermore, what since this article said that I accused Beyoncé, which once more, let me say for the record, it's not her shortcoming. I've never accused her. I need the best for her. Everybody's in aggravation. Furthermore, Alexandra likewise composed an open letter specifying how Matthew wouldn't assume liability, saying it is with overwhelming sadness. We should go to better court than proceed with the battle for the privileges of my child, Nixon Knowles, who is shown to be Matthew Knowles' organic child. My family and I have depleted each non-lawful road to ask Matthew to be a mindful dad and to follow the specified judgment we came to together, which was supported by California's prevalent court. All things considered, she likewise conceded her job in obliterating the Knowles family and harming Tina, Beyoncé and Solange during the time spent engaging in extramarital relations with Matthew. In the letter, she discussed how in the first place she and Matthew had a functioning relationship that enveloped common regard and expert profound respect, and that when she met him, she had previously had an exceptionally effective and monetarily reasonable expert profession, and he situated himself as a tutor to her and somebody that she could go to for business guidance. Nonetheless, as time elapsed, their relationship transformed into an exceptionally very close to home one. Be that as it may, she never intended to hurt anybody. Then, at that point, she referenced Beyoncé's family straightforwardly, saying, I lament the aggravation that I have added to his family and to my own loved ones. I have the highest regard and appreciation for both of his little girls. They are both exquisite ladies. I additionally lament the aggravation that this present circumstance has caused his ex Tina, and particularly wish one day I will get the amazing chance to actually tell her. Best of luck with that. Indeed, even with that open letter, Beyoncé simply believed nothing should do with Nixon. Furthermore, Beyoncé most likely doesn't have any desire to get involved on the grounds that we as a whole realize Matthew has forever been a chronic miscreant. Also, there could be such countless children out there graciousness of his treachery. At the end of the day, there's now a really considerable rundown of individuals he laid down with and attempted to lay down with, including the people who were near his little girls like Farrah Franklin, purportedly. Luckily, my chief turned out to be Beyoncé's dad, Matthew Knowles. He propositioned me and welcomed me over to the lodging to meet and talk with him. Did Matthew attempt to lay down with you, Farrah? I haven't met such a large number of individuals in my day-to-day existence who haven't enjoyed me. I'll just put it like that. Furthermore, other than Nixon, we as of now likewise know about Demure, who Matthew had with Tokoyo Branscombe. Every one of the single women. Sequoia was an artist at that point. She met Matthew, and she said that Matthew dealt with her like his first love during their undertaking. In any case, that changed when he learned she was pregnant with Demure, after which he left her. What's more, very much as he did with Alexandra, Matthew rejected that the youngster was his child. He said that the youngster was not his child. Like the melody, get it? When you told Matthew Knowles that you were pregnant with his kid, how could he respond? Without a doubt. All things considered, you can't get pregnant by me, it can't be my kid. What's more, very much like Alexandra Takaya conceded that she hurt Beyoncé and her family and communicated lament about the undertaking, telling Inside Version, quote, "Indeed, I laid down with a wedded man and it was some unacceptable thing to do. However, I have a delightful girl that emerged from the circumstance," end statement. Indeed, even with the fight in court with Matthew, Tokoyo was additionally confident that her little girl may first day meet Beyoncé as she said, quote, "Hello, they are relatives, so perhaps one day down the line that will be conceivable," end statement. Best of luck with that. There were likewise bits of hearsay that Matthew has another child. So you can see the reason why Beyoncé would perhaps not have any desire to reach out. Right. There could be all the more half-kin out there only hanging tight for her to recognize them. Also, when she recognizes one of them, then, at that point, the conduits will open. We should simply say that Beyoncé's absence of affirmation hasn't halted her stepbrother, Nixon, from inquiring as to why Beyoncé doesn't adore him. Furthermore, his mother spilled the deets in a meeting with The Sun. She, first of all, began by saying that she is separated and cried while paying attention to one of Beyoncé's tunes, which she accepts connects with Matthew leaving Bey's mother, Tina, and dating her. She said, "In the event that you pay attention to Ring Off, it's the story. It's not really for me, but rather I know the timing. I was inside, and when I stood by listening to it, I have goosebumps and tears. It makes me weep for them since everybody is in agony, and there has been such a lot of bitterness." Alexandra likewise noticed that Beyoncé purchased a house only 10 miles from their trailer and that her primary concern has been managing Nixon, who asks, "For what reason doesn't that individual cherish me?" She additionally added that she simply doesn't have any idea how to assist Nixon with being his own individual. However, she trusts their kids and grandkids will be vastly improved people and they will figure out how to open up and have that discussion. Also, something different that annoys Alexandra is that individuals generally ask Nixon straight up at school assuming he's Beyoncé's sibling and the adults are continuously taking pictures of him. She said that Nixon has never had the advantage of being a typical youngster, and it's considerably more diligently for him since Bey needs literally nothing to do with him. Indeed, true to form, with Alexandra saying that Nixon inquires as to why Beyoncé doesn't adore him, there were lots of responses from devotees, with some faulting her for publicizing her child and saying that being connected with somebody renowned causes them to lose their personality. Furthermore, for what reason is Beyoncé coming up in any of this? Regards, freely, that she has half-kin out there? Tell me your considerations in the remarks area beneath. Furthermore, remember to look at this next video.